You want
Okay.
to just quickly give us a couple of minutes from your side about how what you like about crypto, how you got into crypto, something about you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm a part of five crypto groups here in the Detroit, Ohio area.
Yeah, go on.
Mining, we just purchased a warehouse which we're retrofitting to be able to operate our mining devices,
Okay.
the crypto mining devices. So, um, and yeah, I mean, I've been at it for a while since 2013. I started investing. In 2015, I started mining.
Oh,
So,
nice. So 2015, what kind of machines did you get at that time? Of course, it's ASIC. Was there
yeah.
like Butterfly Labs at that time?
Well, that time I used to build them. Since I'm an electronics
Oh,
engineer,
okay, okay.
I was building them. And
Oh,
people paid me a lot to build them in devices. But now, a lot of that's switched over to a lot of the mining devices, built over in China. Even though they don't allow cryptocurrency over there, they still manufacture a lot of mining devices over there.
absolutely. I know most 90% of the ASICs that I knew were getting built in China, and that's where they was getting shipped from. The first one that I came across, the company, was Butterfly Labs, and they were shipping a lot of machines from China again. So yes, it's nice to know that you are into building hardware too.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
is that what brought you into crypto, through the hardware understanding?
Yes,
Okay,
I
okay.
knew I could play a big part in that role, but I'm also into technology. So anything and everything that brings out of technology. Obviously, cryptocurrency, the newest form of cryptocurrency or
Sure, sure.
currency. Yeah, that's why I am on top of everything like that.
Okay, okay. I think I can officially start now. Hello, everyone. My name is Vikram. We're having our usual monthly Bitcoin meetup. I do call Bitcoin now, but because I've been in Bitcoin space since very, very long time. 2010, I almost knew about Bitcoin. I was going to buy. Eventually, I bought them in 2011 only because I just didn't meet anyone to build my confidence. Say, I was meeting people online. Of course, I was listening and hearing and reading about Bitcoin. Well, of course, there was only one place then. It was called bitcointalk.org. That's where I got most of our information then. But because I didn't meet anyone in person, it took me about almost like 10 to 12 months to actually put in my money and buy into it. Eventually, I did that in mid 2020, 2011. That was again on the forum. Uh, and I was like thinking, wish I had met somebody in person and I would spoken to them and then got my confidence built up and then maybe bought more bitcoins. I would have been better off for now. But I guess what just happened is that there was so little, confidence that I had because I didn't meet anyone. I was looking for it. It's not like I wasn't looking for it. Looking for it. Eventually, I found like only the online ones. The actual physical meetup that I found was 4 years after me completely knowing about Bitcoin. That was one of those things. In 2013 is when I actually went to a Bitcoin meetup and I met people, and that just blew my mind. And eventually, that confidence that I carried from there is I never looked back from there. So that is what I do Bitcoin meetups for. Because I want to build confidence with other people also when they meet me in person. I'd like them to build the confidence. So I do once every month now a meetup, physical meetup, and one online meetup. Before I should do it much regularly. We should do almost twice a week. That is back in 2013, 14. But yes, I'm back again now, and it's nice to see a lot of people. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining our meetup, and let's talk about Bitcoin. We of course have Victor. Victor has already introduced himself. I'd like to bring in the other people also to join us and introduce yourself. Ratan joined us quite early, and he's here. Hi, Ratan. Do you want to? Yeah, please unmute yourself.
Hello, sir.
Go on. Tell us about yourself and how you got into crypto, and let's talk about what you want to do.
Actually, I'm very new in cryptocurrency. My English is very weak, I speak Hindi.
No problem, Mike. If there is
Um,
anything specific in Hindi, we can definitely speak that. I can speak Hindi very well. Uh, English is being a common language for all of them. Even Victor is joining us from US, so we're bringing in English for now. Go ahead. जितना हो सके आपके साथ आप बात कर सकते हैं हिंदी में इंग्लिश में
ओके 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 एक्चुअली मेरा नाम तो रतन कुमार है। मैं एक्चुअली बिहार से हूँ और मुझे ज़्यादा कुछ तो जानकारी नहीं है क्रिप्टो के बारे में। मैं बहुत थोड़ा बहुत जानता हूँ, पर मैं मीटअप पे देखा आप लोगों का वो ग्रुप। मैं एक्चुअली बैंगलोर में रहता हूँ अभी, तो मुझे पता चला। मैं पिछली बार आपके मीटअप में आने की कोशिश किया था, लेकिन वो ट्रैफिक और ये सब की प्रॉब्लम की वजह से मैं बहुत लेट हो गया, तो फिर मैं वापस चला आया।
Sure, sure. I think
जी,
traffic thing is one of those common things in Bangalore now because of which most
बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम इन बेंगलुरु है।
we were just talking about it anyway. So yeah, we had that meetup. It was just about 6 days ago. It was last Saturday. It was in MG Road Starbucks. It was a good turnaround. There was a lot of people actually. Surprising that so many people came. Wish we had more. If traffic, I guess would have joined. Had more. But not to worry. Anyway, welcome, Ratan. Let's get others also into it, and then we'll take some questions after that.
ओके।
Hi, Anas. Hope I'm saying the name right. If you want to join us, introduce yourself, or maybe just talk about. If you're trying to say something,
Hello.
yeah, hi.
Hi, hi, hi.
Where are you joining us from?
I am from India, Surat. Oh no, Ahmedabad. Sorry.
Absolutely. You've been shuttling between Surat and Ahmedabad, is it? So you're not sure where you are right now?
Yes, I am from originally from Surat, but I am studying in Ahmedabad.
Okay. What are you studying?
I am studying computer engineering.
Okay. So how you got into crypto, and what do you like to talk about today?
Uh, I was first introduced to crypto in Corona when I
Okay.
was investing.
Sure, sure. It's a good. I think Corona has got a lot of bad things, but some things have also become better
Yes,
after
my
Corona.
friend. Yes, my friend has started investing in Dogecoin, so he told me about it.
Okay.
And then I told him to invest some money for me, and then I liked it, and then I enjoyed it.
Absolutely brilliant. So, did you do you store your own crypto on your own wallet? Is it on an exchange?
No, no, it is on MetaMask wallet.
Okay, MetaMask is great because it's your own. You have a secret
Yes, yes.
password. You written down the stuff there.
Yes, yes, yes. It is very important.
Of course, keep that safe. That's how you learn about it. That's how you keep
Yes,
yourself, secure
yes.
your cryptocurrencies. Sure. So, who else? Let's jump to another new person that's come in, and then we'll come to the main topic. Uh, Arvianka Menon, am I saying that right? I'm sorry if I have called it wrong.
Uh, it's actually Arul Vinayak Menon. I mean, you can call me Arul, please. Like, the name is actually too long. Just call me
Perfect.
Arul, just
Arul
before
is easy.
that
Yeah.
first. Yeah. So,
Tell me, Arul, I've just
uh,
got everybody introduce themselves. I think you just joined. You can just quickly give us your intro and what got you into crypto.
so, well, basically, I was into like I'm quite interested into financing itself, and with crypto, it kind of started. The DeFi protocols kind of got me into crypto. So initially, I was trying to make some an analytical system where I could basically track simple stocks in the cash flow market. But it also started. But I started getting interested with crypto as like with certain things like arbitrage as a concept. Doing that in simple cash market wasn't that simple for me. So, but that is definitely doable in crypto. And
Yeah.
going ahead, I think Web3 has so much potential in it that I don't think if if we don't start anytime soon. I've started almost a year or two back, but still, uh, it's it's still late to a race. I feel. I mean, right now when I look out for opportunities out there, there are so many people, and it's so there is some level of FOMO for me there. I feel
I guess
so.
it's there
I'm
with everyone,
totally.
FOMO. And also, did you mention that you feel you're late? Don't ever feel that. I think we're still very early in crypto.
Thank you. Thanks. That's that's quite reassuring.
No, it is
Uh,
because you won't believe in 2013, just after the bull run, people are saying they were too late. Can you believe that?
oh,
Just after the bull run that happened in 2013, it was the craziest one ever for Bitcoin. It had a maximum seen in the early of 2013. It had seen somewhere around 200, $220. Suddenly it jumps to $1,200 in by mid or late mid of 2013. And just after that, when we were having meetups, and I still remember people were thinking that they were too late by then. I was telling them from then onwards that don't ever feel that way that you're never late, because if you see the kind of adoption that is there around the world, it is. I don't think it is. It's tipping over yet, right? Only when there's
yeah.
51% and more who adopted into crypto, who owns crypto, uses crypto, or maybe at least used once, that's when I can think that yes, there is some global adoption, and that's when you can think that yes, you may be too late after that if you join crypto. But we are in very very early stages still. In terms of even pricing, price of crypto will still start. It's got to go much much higher. If you see the amount of trillions that's out there in the world that some governments have printed and using that to for doing and everything. So when you are countering that kind of volumes of money with crypto, the crypto also has to grow to that level, that pricing, so that it is equivalent to the money supply that's there out there. And crypto is here. So the value of crypto right now is much, much. So 2025 is a turning point. Turning 2025, people will all realize that it's going to be another bull run then. Uh, every 4 years is a bull run that it's been going on since its inception, Bitcoin's inception. I mean, uh, it's not faltered that way because if you understand the protocol of Bitcoin, it is
Mhm.
halving every 4 years, right? The supply is reducing every 4 years. So I'm talking about considering decentralized cryptocurrencies as the main topic here. I don't talk about much about centralized cryptocurrencies. Centralized means then it's someone who's launched the coin, and it is pre-mined and it's distributed by the owner, and the owner holds the maximum number of coins by default by with him, and he even holds the possibility to print more and mint more. So with these kind of centralized coins, I'm not at all interested in talking about. I only talk about decentralized coins. Of course, I used to talk a lot more about Bitcoin till 2016, but since 2016, I've been talking about all of the coins only because the way Bitcoin's development is happening today is not necessarily according to the way the white paper was built, according to the way the economic situation in the world. You cannot be building Bitcoin with 1 MB block thinking that everybody is going to use that 1 MB block. That's really crappy from the developers right now. Is only they are told by New York, of course. Federal Reserve is not going to let happen lying down. They're going to come and attack and control and manipulate. So that's been happening. And thank God at the 17, we got split and we got Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash at least continues to hold that particular idea of Bitcoin from the white paper, much more closer to white paper than any other crypto. Even Ethereum is lost. Even Ethereum is moving out of Bitcoin. Your proof of work, proof of staking. Proof of staking is not something that is completely decentralized, I would call it. Proof of work is more decentralized than the other systems that's out there. So Bitcoin Cash is ultimately doing the right thing. I'm hoping to see how it's going to work out in terms of pricing and everything to bring in more adoption. That's one of the keys to eventually see usage and adoption of crypto for the future, right? So that's my take on it. Uh,
Uh, I'm not arguing or anything, just putting it out as like the thing is with Bitcoin, that is my perspective, just putting it out again. Like
Go ahead.
Bitcoin, I feel a lot of times as Bitcoin itself holds that sort of value because it's almost like gold. I don't see an implementation value to it, but at it being at the forefront of like one of its first of its kind. So and also the limitation that it you can't exactly go and build a smart contract on it that easily. Unlike on Ethereum or Solana, where people end up having these insane amount of implementations. I mean, when I see see any lending borrowing protocols platforms like Aave or something,
So
those
the
guys are
lending
actually
borrowing
blowing it.
protocols, that's DeFi systems, were built on Ethereum. So, what do you think was its real use case? Was that really popular? Was there any real economic growth out of it? Do you think?
The supply definitely increased. I mean, like right now, as we see, the total amount, like in Uniswap or any of the decentralized exchanges, they're playing in like about 64, 65 billion dollars as of now. So
That's
it
only
actually pulled
numbers
in a
that
lot.
is moving in centralized coins, uh, and tokens that has been minted on top of on top of Ethereum protocol. So those values that you just said is absolutely of no use to the real economy. What do you think?
Not entirely, because if that amount of money actually flows into the entire exchange at the same time, that pulls in that amount of people also to it. The acceptance increases, right? I mean, that many more, at least people who are into financing, who are into like even traders or investors who want to pool in their money, they could actually switch it out to these platforms. Like when I take an example of Aave, there they have a lending pool, right? So people can put in their own money, at the same time they get interest out of it. Of course, they have their variable yields and all, but
What you're talking about is the part where they are trading, and also that you mentioned about the part where Bitcoin is more of a 2.0 gold, which is online gold, digital gold. So it is stays as gold. But what does the white paper say? Have you ever read the white paper, Bitcoin white paper?
not really.
That's what everybody makes the mistake. You don't have to read the whole white paper. If you just read the first couple of lines in white paper, you'll understand it is a peer-to-peer network. Do payments is
Uh-huh.
between two people without the need of central authority. So what was that need? Is the need of the hour today in the financial world is doing payments and settlements between two people without the need of central authority. Today, everything is managed by the centralized institutions. Without them being there, you cannot really move the funds around. Crypto was when crypto was built that and that's where it actually reached the peak. Where I mean to say, many cases out there, but what really helps with the real economy is where we are able to bypass the existing uh, centralized systems and use your value around peer to peer. It has to be instant. It has to be almost free. That's what cryptocurrency brings in. If you know what UPI has brought into India, UPI is a successful system that has been amazingly well built and it's really useful. It is building commerce in India like no other country. Is because UPI allows to do instant transfers and almost it's free now. Well, even if it's almost free, small amounts. So that's what crypto is doing. It's doing instant transfers. But which crypto does that to a global standard? Right now, it's only Bitcoin Cash. After that, it's Litecoin. Then those few other decentralized ones like Dash and Paving. But not the DeFi ones. Those are ones live on DeFi only, and their movement is restricted with the block and with high bull run. So it's not really not useful as payment system. Like think about UPI and UPI in busy hours of maybe I'm just hypothetically saying every 10 o'clock in the morning if it becomes very busy in movement of money and everybody's making payments that time. And just at that time, if UPI starts charging us 50 rupees per transaction, who will do the transaction? Absolutely nobody will do it. If I do 10 rupees
Right.
transaction and make a 50 rupee fee for it, I will look
Mm-hmm.
stupid to make a 10 rupee transaction. But that's exactly why we need something like Bitcoin Cash to bring in global payments and settlements for micro payments, for small value. I'm not talking about big value. A lot of people who are doing big values can pay up to a few dollars in fees. But I'm talking about less than 1 cent, which is in USD. Less than 1 cent is what Bitcoin Cash takes. It's not like that it takes now and it will not take tomorrow. That the developers who are building Bitcoin Cash understand the economics and they're building the protocol accordingly. So that's why I follow it. It's only because I understand economics. If I didn't understand economics, I may have just fallen for any other crypto. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's
from
quite a fair point.
if you get on even though the platform is Ethereum is a different beast. But if you jump into crypto, because 99% of the people have got into it in between. I don't blame you. Bull run is what brought people in. the bull run of your Ethereum brought in a lot of 21 brought in a lot of adoption. But again, all these adoptions came in because of the price hike, because the price just jumped. Sadly, that's what physical is. So you said you're Arul, right? I can call you Arul.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to know from your side.
Uh, so the thing is, with make cryptocurrency itself being that decentralized, I totally agree. Yes, crypto's inherent power of being decentralized definitely helps out. And here, the, my point was not just with Bitcoin. The thing is, there are other coins in, like, even if I take, let's say, tomorrow if we have something called bread coin, just an example, just throwing it out. It is basically, if you want to go and get a loaf of bread or so, you just pay in like a bare minimum one bread coin to your vendor. The guy gets you a bread. Here
But
you
in the
totally.
Bitcoin, I'm just
Hmm.
stopping you. Sorry, up there. You brought in Bitcoin, but what is the idea of
Mhm.
Bitcoin coming in now? How do you think it will get launched? It has to get launched as a centralized coin. Means somebody minted so much Bitcoin and gave it to people and distributed it. Because like how Bitcoin came in, when early
Mhm.
adoption, people got a lot of number of coins because the early first 4 years, it was giving out 50 Bitcoins for every 10 minutes. That's when less knowledgeable people, like less speculative people came in, and really knowledgeable people came in that time because they held on to this bare Bitcoin even though it didn't have any value till 2010, mid 2010. It had no value, but still 1.5 years people held on to their Bitcoins because they understood the idea of Bitcoin, that this is going to be like this and this is how it will become better and why we want it. Today, if you launch a coin, which is like Bitcoin that you say, how do you think it should be launched to say it should do whatever that in payments it should work like that?
So my idea wasn't from the launching point of view because that's really complex. It's borderline,
No,
and
no,
then
I'm I'm
it's
not
simple.
talking about the complex in technical term. In just economic term, if I launch a coin now and today I make the protocol like Bitcoin, it's not going to work because Bitcoin, being the first of its kind, actually worked that way. Half of the full supply will be issued in the first 4 years, and the remaining half will get half every 4 years. Like every 4 years, will give out some Bitcoin. That made the system work very well. But now, if somebody launches a new coin, they cannot do that. They usually what they do is they just pre-mint the whole set of coins and then distribute it to their friends and family and airdrop some to their followers, and then exchanges and get them launched on the exchange, and then they start living. As in, but if you see, not many people know about it and transact in it, and that usually doesn't happen. Bitcoin being there forever, because it's the first of its kind, right?
Mhm.
Still, people don't use it for payments and settlements. When a new coin comes, what do you think it is going to be used for? It's just going to get used as like the way in DeFi it will be used. Like how many coins that you hear, they're all living only on DeFi systems. They're never out there on anybody's private wallets. They're never out there in a non-custodial wallets. They're only sitting in exchanges. Means if the exchange like FTX goes down, they take everything with them. They swallow everything, and then everybody loses their value. But what has been out there, which is going into really decentralized format, like everybody's wallets, some coins are sitting there, and they really use it for transacting. When they tell somebody abroad saying that, oh, instead of sending us wire transfer because it's going to be expensive, let me use one crypto. And which crypto do you think people agree on to get their transfer done? I can tell you because I've been doing money
USD.
transfers. Most people talk about Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum. Uh, After that comes the other ones like Litecoin, Doge, or anything. There are many other centralized coins that comes up which I don't have, so I don't transact with them. If you have done, I would
I
like
would,
to hear about that.
it's, sorry, I would like to argue that it's likely that people would be even transacting in USDC, USDT as well as it's one of the, it always maintains its value because those. And my point with a new coin or something was just to like not to exactly replicate Bitcoin. You cannot replicate Bitcoin, but the whole idea was to decentralize something out of it. Now, today the thing is with the cash flow market, if the government ends up printing like also more money, the market liquidity increases, inflation goes up. So, but instead, if you take it down to something even as a very small commodity like bread, I was just going with that idea. Like just on a day-to-day basis, if you want to go and get a piece of bread, your local vendor actually accepts that sort of payment for one, make a payment for that, you take it, and it will have nothing to do with the government, but that thing will be having a value that yes, you can buy a loaf of bread with it. It becomes entire barter system there. Definitely it's a very low level idea, but the vision is to just decentralize it somehow, where it where the community entirely owns the flow of the currency, right? So
What you have a very good point, but the point is already part is already been done by Bitcoin Cash. So it is decentralized, it is distributed already. The network, it's got the better network effect than many centralized coins that has come out for payments and settlements. Because we don't see that in India, that doesn't mean that it's not happening. In India, we do not use cryptocurrencies for payments and settlements and all. That's been happening since 2013, because since 2013, many platforms started accepting crypto. Started from some people in North. One of the salon guys, he said, "Oh, I'm going to start accepting Bitcoin for haircuts." But actually, what happened is many people who started accepting, they just didn't get people coming and paying them with cryptocurrency. Why? There is an example. There is a
correct.
reason in India. In India, what happens is, for Indians, it is little hard to get their cryptocurrency hold of cryptocurrency first of all. Once they get hold of cryptocurrency, they usually don't tend to spend with their crypto, because our spending mechanism through UPI is much better. So we like to use UPI. Whichever is easier, we always use that. That's the trend. It's been happening since ages with people. People find it easy with something. The other party finds it easy to accept something. They just use that. With a little bit of difficulty, also, if crypto comes along, they say, okay, no, forget it. Anyway, it is hard to get crypto. Let me have it. Anyway, if I hold crypto, it'll grow in value. Let me have it, is what the thoughts are. And that's why it was not used. Same thing happened in China also in 2014, 15, 16. Maximum was in 15 when Baidu was trying to accept Bitcoin. It realized that not more than 1.6 Bitcoins was used by people uh, in 6 months. The whole of China didn't use Bitcoin for payments. So Baidu just stopped it. When they stopped, media picked it up saying that, oh, Bitcoin is dead. Baidu stopped accepting Bitcoin, so Bitcoin is dead. But actually, it didn't happen. Bitcoin is still alive. Why they called it dead is because people didn't use for payments. But because China and India have online digital payments which are better than crypto, we are using that. In China, there is WeChat. In India, we have UPI. So because of that, crypto is not used as much. But have you come across what is happening in UK, Australia, Canada, US, many parts in Europe? They're all using cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin Cash, to do everyday payments, like you just said. Everyday payments, like you go buy bread, they are doing that. In Townsville in Australia, that is northeast of Australia, near I think it's Queensland. Uh, there are like a massive group of people who are using cryptocurrency like Bitcoin Cash. Maximum uses Bitcoin Cash there for payments and settlements for everyday use. They're using that because it is really useful for them, because they do not have anything like WeChat or UPI. It is useful for them. What do they use otherwise is cash or credit cards. Credit cards is fee carrying machines, which people don't want to use that because of small amounts carry a lot of fees. And cash is not that easy anymore, because cash means you still have to meet in person. So that is gone. To do it online, what is better for people abroad is Bitcoin. So there, if you see, and you won't believe some islands like Saint Kitts and Nevis. For example, that I have to talk to you about. It's a small story. There's a guy. He's one of the parliament member of Saint Kitts and Nevis, who understood Bitcoin Cash. He loved it. He promoted it, and he pushed Bitcoin Cash usage around that island. So what happens with these small islands is, small places, small countries. I'm talking about, their commerce, their money flow happens mostly outside their nation. Unlike India, what happens with India and China, we are well self-sustained inside. So we do most of our commerce within India. But when small countries and small islands find their business difficult within their country, like they cannot get all their products within their country, so they always do more transaction out of their country. When they're doing more transaction out of their country, who are supporting their transaction? It is either banks or Western Union, something like that. So in St. Kitts and Nevis, when this was happening, about 6 months later, even we went, like we were all, we love Bitcoin Cash. We went there. I pushed my partners to go there and support this in a conference. When after all that happened, once this finance minister of that island, she was driving around, she noticed something and she came back to this guy who was the MP, and she spoke to him because he pushed the Bitcoin Cash there. And she said, what is this Bitcoin Cash that you pushed around so much? It's actually really working. I can see some difference. So what is the difference that she saw? She mentioned to him, she said, I see some less people queuing up in front of Western Union nowadays. So that's a great deal. I love that bit because that's where we want to bring in cryptos like this to help people who are really in need. Western Union takes almost up to 20% from smaller transactions, and if Bitcoin Cash does smaller transaction without less than 1% in fee, you save almost 20% for every transaction. That's a lot of savings, which is not going to Western Union. And mind you, Western Union is not necessarily eating up all that money, the fees that they collect. They are depending on other banks, and their overheads are so much that they have to pay all of these people, which is out redundant now with when you're using Bitcoin Cash or anything which works like Bitcoin Cash in cryptocurrency space. So this is really happening around the world right now. In terms of economics, we cannot depend on just the country wise what where we live in, because economics completely changes from country to country depending on their economics, depending on the number of people who live there, and depending on who prints the money too. Like the US economics is completely different. They keep printing their money, devalue their own people's money, but they're using that money. Like now 100 million is going to go to Biden decided to send 100 billion, not sorry, million, 100 billion USD to the third war that is going on now in the middle of Arab country. So who gave the permission? Like people of America, I don't think they gave the permission to go and spend so much money, but they're going ahead and doing that. So who's going to counter these things? I'm thinking only crypto can counter, especially the decentralized ones. I understand what you said about USDC. I know USDT and USDC are pretty popular for people to do transactions, and hands down, I know a lot of people using that because it gives you a much more stable value around for you to transfer. I don't think that is entirely true because if I use cryptocurrency like Bitcoin Cash, and if I send you the value, if you change that instantly to local fiat, you do not lose anything. So that means the fluctuation did not do any harm to you. But people fear the fluctuation without knowing how you can go around it. So they just completely depend on something like USDT to do transactions. But the problem with USDT is if you come in a bull run time, your USDT is not going to gain any value. It'll stay stable only for that price. Only those fluctuating currencies will gain value. Like every bull run crypto like Bitcoin has gained 5 to 10x. So, but you're going to lose that 5 to 10x if you're storing your wealth in
True. That's true, but it's I'm not talking about like instantaneous payments and on that point. For say, if these are this is some currency that is actually being handed over to people as salaries. Now, for say, if someone is getting, I won't say one Bitcoin as a salary to a person, and like they don't know exactly what are they exactly getting at the end of the year. Because if they talk about like USDC, because they do have like a standard value attached to it. Like at the end of the day, if you spend if let's just assume that you the person in one USD they can get a coffee, one bread or something, whatever they can go and buy. They know that for sure. It's not exactly the same.
No, you're right. You're right on that
So
debate. But then again, you're depriving those people of understanding crypto also because crypto is the future, not USDT. USDT and USDC and
yeah,
CBDC is all the same. If government of US starts CBDC and they peg their value to American dollar, and if they want to float that, that is the same as USDT and USDC. So there's nothing different. And the worst part is they're all centralized again. The government's CBDC, which Indian government will also issue one day. US government will also issue. Indian government is already issued. Forget one day. It is already issued, and I've used it, and I forgot to tell you about it. But yes, I've seen the app how you move funds around. It is in the form of rupee notes. It sits on your app, and you move it. When you move 200 rupees, two of your 100 rupee notes go away with the numbers, and the person who's receiving will receive the same numbers. Say if you didn't have two 100 rupee notes and if you were selling 200 and you have only 100 rupee notes, what instead will happen is the 500 rupee notes will go away. And if that guy other side in his wallet, if he doesn't have 300 rupees for me to receive back, then it will go to a clearing house. Only then it will go to a bank or a RBI, and then RBI will issue 500s for that, and 500s will get distributed to 300s will go to me, and then 200s will go to him. Then it will be two sets of new numbers of that hundreds will come. Till that time, if you transact in the CBDC of Indian, or the same numbers that you have printed on that CBDC digital image that you can see on the app, same number goes to the other person. So I've seen that CBDC is already here, but then CBDC is the same as your fiat currency. What's the point of fiat when you are looking forward to a new version of crypto? You should actually use that with fluctuation. Where the fluctuation is 50% gamble, right? It can move up also. So if you don't
Right.
understand that, then you can peg it and maybe instantly take out the local fiat, which you can do. That's what the Insta Crypto also does. If you want to, sell your fiat and get some crypto, instantly you will get the equivalent crypto, whatever you selected, whichever crypto. And when you send crypto, you will get instantly INR. So if you were receiving some value, say about 10,000 rupees worth of some job that you did, freelance work, and you receive 10,000 worth of Bitcoin cash now. If you receive USDT, you can say,
Mhm.
keep that. But if you receive in Bitcoin cash, it's up to you. If you understand Bitcoin cash, you hold on to it. Otherwise, you just send it to Insta Crypto and take your 10,000 rupees. Right at that time, if you do that, you don't want to lose anything because the transfer happens instantly and Insta Crypto also takes it instantly. You can just send it to us right at the time when you received it, or you can just provide our address to him to receive it directly and exchange it instantly. That those things are available on crypto space. But the idea that crypto is here for future, if you don't explore or experience the whole features of cryptocurrency and stick to USDT just because you want to be safe on this one particular transaction, you lose out on a lot of things in the future.
It's
Yes,
true.
Hari, I'll get back to you. Victor, I'll try to give you some time just because I know Victor has to get to his work and he has a very short amount of time that he has. If you're still around, Victor, and if you are able to jump into the conversation, I'd like to give you some time or some space now. Maybe then after that we can take up with others also.
Yeah, I'm on my way to work right now, hopping into my car.
Okay, cool. Good. I'm sure you've been a big fan of this conversation, and if you have anything to say on that part, then I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Nothing as of now, but thanks.
Okay, cool, cool. And we have another new person who's joined us, Ans. Are you able to hear us, Ans? If you can, could you join us? You can just quickly give an introduction and if you want to talk to us about how you can become one of the
Are you talking to me?
Yes, Ans.
Yes, my name is pronounced Anas.
Okay, my bad. Anas.
No, no problem, no problem.
Please go ahead, Anas.
Yes. Uh, can you repeat the question?
No, I was just saying that please introduce yourself.
Yes, I got into crypto during Corona time. My friend started investing in Dogecoin and he introduced me to it. And told him to start investing for me, and then I liked it.
Great stuff. Great stuff. And what do you own? Did you let me see you? Like you said, you hold it in your own wallet.
Yes, yes. You talk to me first.
So for 10 minutes, wait. Like why did you say that? Okay, thank you for that. And of course, we reciprocate Ratan also. Yes, I'd like to give you the airtime a little bit more, Anas. If you want to have a question or something, if you want to talk about that, give me your experience. Let me know.
Yes, yes. I want to ask that if I'm buying crypto from fiat to converting to crypto, it's very costly. Suppose I purchased one USDT. for around 93 rupees on Binance, and the original price is around 83, 84. So what's the solution for that?
So the solution is because in India there is a high demand. You cannot escape that because you're buying in India. It's something that has been happening from a long time, from 2013, 14. So that means there is an arbitrage opportunity that is there between countries. People did use that. So what happens is because we don't mine cryptocurrencies in India as much as I would say China would mine, because Chinese manufacturing is much more expensive hacker. So they mine more and they have more. So it's a little cheaper in China. But in India, because the demand is higher and the supply is less, there is always a little premium that we have to pay. And in Bitcoin also, if you see Bitcoin price to international exchange and Indian exchange, there's always 5-10% difference. It's the same issue that has been in crypto also. And you will all, the problem is the thing is that once you buy it at a higher price and you're selling it, you sell it also at a higher price. So
Yes,
that's the
yes.
main issue with that. But only at the time when you're just buying and storing, yes, a lot of people are doing that in India. It's a great asset for them also, as long as they have it. They do buy, and when you see the demand is increasing by the day, it is not being able to get the price. Internationally also, if you see most places now, the demands are higher and the price is higher in Bitcoin. In Africa, they don't even ask. It's much higher. In India, if you say an average is 10% higher, in Africa it is 50% higher. And in Africa, it's very difficult to compete. Maybe right now it's okay, and they really use cryptocurrency because they do love real-time designing and safekeeping, and their banking structure is not necessarily very robust and very user friendly in terms of money around. That's how UPI is very friendly with the cryptocurrency. And if you say credit card is not a very friendly system, you know that. Because most of the credit card, when you go around paying in countries, most of the things are cannot buy. I can only buy in certain places. So similarly in Africa also they have a little difficulty in the aspect of so crypto is very well loved, but because there's a high demand, the prices are very high. So that way, yes, I hope I answered your question.
Yes.
So yeah, so when I was talking about the arbitrage opportunity, there is a great opportunity in the way like I knew somebody in China, and they had money flow that was happening, like there was an inflows of money, and they were moving money from in and out of India to China and back to India. So when they were doing that, they used this opportunity to change one way in crypto and start that in crypto, and realize a little bit of profit was happening in the right way. But it is not a very sustainable thing. It is very difficult to do that. If you have a business, say you will be moving some funds, right? But only in one way you can do an arbitrage, because you cannot buy Bitcoin here and then sell it in China, because then you will get inflation. In China, it is cheaper in Bitcoin. So you can buy Bitcoin in China. All that money that you are planning to transfer yuan to INR, in that format, yuan you can buy it into crypto with the Bitcoin, and then bring the Bitcoin into India and sell Bitcoin here and make your profit. That was easy. But the arbitrage opportunities are also getting reduced now, because every time when you sell your crypto in India, there is a 1% VAT that gets deducted by the exchanges. So you lose 1% in that case also. Of course, that 1% gets credited to your account, and by doing the transaction, if you have made a loss, yes, then your income tax you can take a rebate. But very few people are able to take rebate, because most of the time it's an amount that is collected by the government, which they are taking from your account itself. So you've not paid more than what you're supposed to pay. Only few people who take more TDS actually claim back the money. So that way, yes, arbitrage is really hard now. I don't know if anybody else is an experienced and have better arbitrage than what I experienced.
About TDS, I can ask a question. Yes, suppose if I am a student and I'm not in the tax bracket, so how can I pay the government the TDS and the tax that they are applying at like 30%?
So, you're a student right now, so you may be feeling that way, but it doesn't matter if you're a student or younger or older, or have a job or not, government is going to collect that 150 rupees no matter what. Income tax part is a little tricky. That I can explain to you. So what happens with income tax is more or less when you started earning 10 15 lakhs and above per year, you automatically pay 30%. So even if you're when you do your crypto trading, if you profit 10x, you're going to pay 30%. You're going to pay 30% anyways. The advantage is that you don't have to pay all 30%. Most of that when you start earning is 60% is already being collected by the state and local government. You can check that with your CA and see how to word it. Sometimes you don't even have to pay initially, they're paying more to but if you are trying to trade once every year, say, I mean to say, you're buying and holding and don't trade in a short-term trade, you want to sell only after a year, you can do that and pay a small, a little less because after a after a year, say now you're you started trading a little less than 150 rupees. The lender is going to give you a when you have say tomorrow you are only going to do from here. Like I was telling Arul and others before, that we are still much early in crypto than anybody else. Everybody says, oh, this is crypto, the price is gone. No, in 2025, the price is going to shoot up again to 510x. 510x from what? From 50 lakhs that we are seeing right now. So that means you're still in the game. You're not very late. You can start trading if you're very good at it. Don't worry about it. You're still paying only 30% of your profit towards but I don't blame that. If your government is giving you all the facilities to go and trade and then make profit and keep it, why not? 1% of it is equivalent that you can that 1% is your direct amount of 40% of your income. See, when you go to CA, when you are earning fixed amount of money, CA always gives you a way to trade back because you do investment. There's no negative opportunity because on our savings model is towards that.
Yes. About TDS, so it is only applicable on Indian exchanges. So I am trying to do trade in suppose Binance. So how are the government knowing that I am not paying TDS?
Actually, very banks are bringing that out because P2P is what you can do on Binance. So people are doing it, and it is happening, of course. But with P2P, your bank account is involved. You have to use your bank account to do things, right? So what they're
Yes.
trying to do is they're trying to understand where P2P is happening. If you get a slightest intimation that yes, you are involved in that, they're kind of putting a stop on your bank account. They're kind of putting a stop on some amounts in your bank account. Even if you're not a direct user of P2P and if you're a third party, up to four bank accounts. Like the transaction come to one person's account. From that account, they have moved it to your account, and your account to your brother's account, your brother to your brother's wife's account. Say, I'm four accounts, right? Till four, they are able to monitor and block. So P2P is not 100% for large amounts. That means you're not using P2P that is for small amounts. It's good for small amounts. If you're trying to do large amounts, mind you, government is doing that, and a lot of people in my friend circle and crypto business circle have experienced that with their bank accounts have been frozen or well, of course, they need to go and disclose all the information
Just your take on the same. Like, in case if you not exactly avoid it as such.
Your voice is going up and down. Maybe something is happening like mic or something. If you speak closer, we'll be able to hear it much clearer.
Oh, okay. Give me just a minute. How's my voice now? Is it? It's, okay. It's a good idea. If it's wrong anyway. Uh, as in, if pay like decent amount of taxes or do something like generally how in our country the super rich as a cream crowd actually does this like show an inflow in your bank account.
Going up and down. I'm not able to hear
Oh,
you. Others, are you guys able to hear?
No.
Okay.
oh,
There is.
I'll drop in there. Probably drop and rejoin. Uh,
Maybe we can reconnect. Yeah.
I'll just,
कपिल, I know you sound completely happy. पर आपको कुछ समझ में आ रहा है और आपको कुछ बता रहा है कि मैं आपको कुछ पूछ सकता हूँ?
मैं समझ पा रहा हूँ पर एक्चुअली मुझे ज्यादा जानकारी नहीं है इसलिए मेरे पास अभी कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है।
तो आप अपनी कुछ चीजें जितना हो सके आप समझ में जैसे मैं इमीडिएटली अपलोड कर दूंगा यूट्यूब पे, ताकि
हम्म।
आप अपना थोड़ा और रिसर्च कर लीजिए। जैसे अभी भी आप बहुत आगे हैं लेकिन जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग में, मतलब बाकी लोगों से ज़्यादा आप समझते हैं, क्योंकि बाकी लोग तो कुछ नहीं जानते, इसलिए वो कभी सफल भी नहीं होते। तो आप, यू आर वन ऑफ दोस फर्स्ट वंस who know the crypto currency, so you will advantage, you will get a benefit out of it in future. आपको जरूर है कि बेनिफिट मिलेगा ही, आप अगर अभी थोड़ा और समझ जाएंगे क्रिप्टो के बारे में। क्रिप्टो में ये है कि बहुत सारे एवेन्यूज है, वेज है जिसमें आप कमा सकते हैं। जैसे सेविंग हो गया, सेविंग के बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं। तो सेविंग नहीं हुआ तो आप खरीद के रख सकते हैं, जैसे गोल्ड रखते हैं घर में, लोग गोल्ड किस लिए रखते हैं? ज्वेलरी बना के रखते हैं, एक तो है, लेकिन ज्वेलरी के अलावा उसको मालूम है कि गोल्ड कभी भी हो सकता है कि कभी भी और ज़रूरत पड़नी पड़ जाए, तो गोल्ड में वैल्यू रहेगा ही और उसका प्राइस थोड़ा थोड़ा करके ज़्यादा होता ही है। तो वैसे ही क्रिप्टो का भी सीन है, क्रिप्टो का भी ज़्यादा होने का ही सीन है। और एक और बहुत बड़ा यूजेज है क्रिप्टो का, ये कि पेमेंट सेटलमेंट ग्लोबली कर सकते हैं आप। एक यूपीआई है, यूपीआई आप लोग रोज यूज करते हैं, एक तो फोन पे भी कर दिया, दूसरे को पेटीएम में कर दिया। ये हम लोगों के लिए इंडिया के अंदर करने के लिए बहुत आसान है, लेकिन ऐसे
पेमेंट
बहुत
के
सारे
बिहार पे तो पेमेंट के बारे में तो मुझे जानकारी है कि पेमेंट के लिए इसको हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, पर एक्चुअली ये है क्या इसके बारे में डेप्थ से मुझे नॉलेज नहीं है। मैंने इसका इस्तेमाल किया, एक्चुअली मेरे पास बाइनेंस है, तो बाइनेंस से मैंने इसको यूज किया पेमेंट वगैरह के लिए कई बार वेबसाइट्स पे। पर मुझे इतना डीप जानकारी नहीं कि ये चीजें काम कैसे करती है, क्या है, क्या फ्यूचर है, क्या ये सब
ओके,
जानकारी नहीं
तो
मुझे।
काम जो करता है, आप अगर रिसर्च करना है तो एक ही कॉइन पे रिसर्च कीजिए ताकि आपको सब कुछ समझ में आ जाए। एक है बिटकॉइन कैश। आप अगर बिटकॉइन
हम्म।
कैश पे पूरा पूरा रिसर्च करोगे तो
हम्म।
एक तो आपको डिसेंट्रलाइज क्रिप्टो करेंसी के बारे में पूरा मालूम पड़ेगा, और यही है जो बेस है, और यही जो है वाइट पेपर में भी लिखा है। वाइट पेपर मतलब जैसे पहली बार बिटकॉइन स्टार्ट हुआ था तो सतोशी नाकामोटो ने
हम्म।
वाइट पेपर लिखा था। वाइट पेपर में
हाँ।
उसने इंफॉर्मेशन दिया था कि क्यों उसने ये लॉन्च किया है, और क्या इसके फायदे हैं, और कैसे ये दुनिया को दुनिया में यूज होगा, और इस्तेमाल होने से सबका भलाई होगा। ये क्या है बोल के ये सब इसने लिखा पहले। तो ये जो इसने लिखा था व्हाइट पेपर, इसके व्हाइट पेपर के अकॉर्डिंग जो कॉइन अभी भी चल रहा है वो बिटकॉइन कैश है। इसके व्हाइट पेपर के हिसाब से जो चल रहा है, बाकी के कॉइन जो भी है, बिटकॉइन भी है, बिटकॉइन गोल्ड भी है, डबल बिटकॉइन भी है, लेकिन वो सब बिटकॉइन व्हाइट पेपर से थोड़ा अलग हो गया, और वो रियल इकोनॉमिक वैल्यूज छोड़ दिया उसने। तो ये जो बिटकॉइन कैश है वो रियल इकोनॉमिक वैल्यू जो है, मतलब जो लोगों को वैल्यू ऐड करते हैं, तो क्या करता है? यूपीआई है। अब यूपीआई
हम्म।
उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया 2003 में इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने, बहुत पहले स्टार्ट किया था, मैंने कहा 2016 इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ कि मुझे जिस दिन चला उसके बाद से मैं भी यूज कर रहा हूँ और काफी लोग यूज कर रहे हैं। क्रेडिट कार्ड पहले से ही था, अब उन्होंने क्रेडिट
हाँ।
कार्ड निकाल के डेबिट कार्ड बनाया, क्रेडिट कार्ड डेबिट कार्ड चल रहा था। ऐसे क्रेडिट कार्ड डेबिट कार्ड इंडिया को भी लॉन्च करना था, क्यों नहीं किया? इंस्टेड उन्होंने यूपीआई क्यों किया? इसलिए यूपीआई किया ताकि यूपीआई की वजह से हम लोग को मालूम है, इंडियन गवर्नमेंट को मालूम था कि यूपीआई की वजह से और भी अच्छा बिजनेस होगा, इजीली सेगमेंट बुकिंग हो जाएगा। क्रेडिट कार्ड और डेबिट कार्ड से सेगमेंट बुकिंग नहीं हो रहा है इजीली, क्योंकि लोगों को यूपीआई पीओएस
उसका प्रोसेस थोड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स हो जाता है, आपको डालना है कार्ड नंबर, ओटीपी।
हाँ वो सब मुश्किल हो जाता है ना। इसी फॉर्मेट में यूपीआई बनाया तो इजी हो गया बहुत। ऐसे ही ये बिटकॉइन भी, जब उसने व्हाइट पेपर लिखा तो ऐसे ही लिखा था उसमें, ये बोल के कि ये विद इन द कंट्री के लिए नहीं है, ये पूरा ग्लोबल यूजेज के लिए यूपीआई जैसे सिस्टम बना दिया उन्होंने। यूपीआई तो बहुत लेट आया, वैसे बिटकॉइन तो
हो
बहुत
गया।
पहले आ गया था, मतलब 2008 में उसने बना दिया था ऐसा सिस्टम ताकि ग्लोबली सबको यूपीआई जैसे फीलिंग और यूपीआई जैसे इम्प्लीमेंट हो जाए। तो ये जो सिस्टम है, जो यूपीआई जैसे चालू हो रहा है और काम हो रहा है, उसमें से कौन सा क्रिप्टो करेंसी सबसे यूपीआई के पास क्लोजेस्ट रिलेशन रखता है, मतलब यूपीआई जैसे इजीली लोगों को एडवांटेज दे रहा है, वो है बिटकॉइन कैश। इसलिए मैं बोल रहा था कि बिटकॉइन कैश के बारे में आप रिसर्च करो, आपको मालूम पड़ेगा। और बिटकॉइन कैश काफ़ी जगह बहुत पॉपुलर हो गया है, क्योंकि उनके पास उनके कंट्री में यूपीआई नहीं है। ऑस्ट्रेलिया में यूपीआई कहाँ है? यूपीआई तो है नहीं। अब इंडियन जाएंगे ऑस्ट्रेलिया यूज करने, यूपीआई होगा नहीं, क्योंकि यूपीआई उनके बैंक के बीच में अगर उन्होंने सेटअप किया तो यूज होगा। अब वो कर नहीं रहे, उनको इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है करने का। जैसे बड़े बड़े कंट्रीज है, उनके कंट्रीज में पूरे कंट्रोल बैंक्स में, फिर भी वो यूपीआई नहीं डाल रहे हैं। क्यों नहीं डाल रहे? क्योंकि उनको उनके लोगों का भलाई चाहिए नहीं, उनको सिर्फ बनाना पैसा। वो
हाँ, उनको
कमाने
पैसे
नहीं
बनाने
चाहते,
हैं।
उनको इजीली बिजनेस करने का अपॉर्चुनिटी दे के उनसे कमाना एक तरीका है, वो कमाना नहीं चाहते रहते, क्योंकि उनके पास प्रिंटिंग प्रेस है, वो जानते हैं, प्रिंट कर लेते हैं उसमें अपना पैसा। तो इंडिया में ऐसा नहीं है। इंडिया में ऐसा है कि इंडिया में बहुत लोग हैं, बहुत लोगों को अगर आप इंफॉर्मेशन ये जो दोगे कि इजीली आप ऐसे ट्रांजैक्ट करो, तब जाके आपका बिजनेस बढ़ेगा। ऐसे ही तो बढ़ रहा है इंडियन बिजनेस। अगर आप वेट करते जब बैंक का सेटअप हो जाए, एटीएम सेटअप हो जाए, तब जाके लोग ट्रांजैक्ट करें, तब तक वेट करते तो कितना साल लग जाता। बैंक तो कहाँ कहाँ गाँव में नहीं सेटअप होता था। तो अब यूपीआई की वजह से इजीली हो गया, क्योंकि यूपीआई की वजह से सबके पास फोन है, इंटरनेट है, अब करो ट्रांजैक्शन। एटीएम का भी जरूरत नहीं है वहाँ उस जगह में, बैंक अकाउंट बैंक ब्रिक एंड मोर्टर शॉप का भी जरूरत नहीं है। तो ये जो सोच है इंडियन गवर्नमेंट का, वो बाकी गवर्नमेंट से अलग है। तो ऐसी सतोशी नाकामोटो का सोच भी काफी अलग था, जिसकी वजह से हम लोगों के पास आज बिटकॉइन है, क्रिप्टो करेंसी है, बिटकॉइन कैश है। तो यही एक एडवांटेज है।
यूपीआई का एक एडवांटेज ये भी लगता है कि इस पे किसी बैंक का कोई कंट्रोल नहीं है, डायरेक्ट डायरेक्ट बैंक का कंट्रोल नहीं है इस पे। और बाकी सब इकोनॉमी में जो भी कार्ड बेस्ड इकोनॉमी है, जैसे जितने भी यूरोपियन कंट्रीज है, यूएसए है, यहाँ पर ये सब कार्ड बेस्ड इकोनॉमी है। यहाँ पर हर चीज के लिए कार्ड इस्तेमाल करना है आपको, डेबिट कार्ड, क्रेडिट कार्ड, और हर तरह के क्रेडिट कार्ड आपको मिल जाएंगे आपको इस्तेमाल करने के लिए। तो उसमें बैंक का मुझे लगता है कि बहुत बड़ा रोल होता है चीजों को कंट्रोल करने में।
And the scientifically the credit card was very invented. Because that time जब इतना simple है, अमेरिका में जब क्रेडिट कार्ड यूज हो रहा था, तो the people were saying the same thing. They said, why should we use credit card? The credit card is going to make a phone call to one bank in New York, and they're going to release the clearance paper, and then I will get my money. Why should I wait for this long time, and why should there should be such a difficulty? Easy money flow should be there. That is exactly what UPI is doing. You are exactly right. UPI is immaterial of which bank, and ultimately between the banks, no bank has more power than the other bank in UPI. They are all equal, and instantly we are able to send and receive money. That is very useful. You are 100% right. आपने जो सोच अभी बोला, ये जो पॉइंट, वेरी गुड पॉइंट है एक्चुअली।
इसमें और जो भी हम लोग कार्ड वगैरह भी इस्तेमाल करते थे, तो हमारे पास रुपए बाद में आया। पहले तो हमारे पास वीजा, मास्टर कार्ड और जो भी ये सब वीजा वेरीफाइड या जो भी कंपनीज थी, अब पहले तो पेमेंट हमारे बैंक से कटना है, लेकिन वेरिफिकेशन हमारा होना है वहां से, वीजा से या मास्टर कार्ड से वेरिफिकेशन होना है। यानी कि ऑटोमेटिकली पैसे हमारे इंडियन बैंक से अपने को किसी को पेमेंट करना है, लेकिन ये जाता है वेरिफिकेशन के लिए वैसे, या जहाँ की भी वो कंपनीज है, फिर जाके हमारा ट्रांजेक्शन होता है। इस इन्वॉल्वमेंट को खत्म करने के लिए कहीं ना कहीं गवर्नमेंट ने इस स्टेप को लिया और यूपीआई को लाया, फिर उसके बाद रुपए लाया।
एब्सोल्युटली। गवर्नमेंट से पहले हमारे सेक्रेटरी नाकोमोटो ने दो किया था ये एक्चुअली
हाँ।
उसने अकेले ने नहीं सोचा था कि वो मुझे मेरे 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 रिसर्च में आई एम प्रीटी श्योर सेक्रेटरी नाकोमोटो इज नॉट द ओनली पर्सन who built this. We know it from the technology because the hash cash and bit gold bit cash, there are many people who tried all of these before bitcoin, and all the technology used by secretary nakomoto and there are two softwares taking advice to build this system. So him and his group, the cyberpunks group, I would say, because most of these people who build this technology were all sitting in cyberpunks group, and that forum, that number of people were the smartest, I would say. Who understood bitcoin, supported bitcoin, and built it and mined bitcoin at that time when bitcoin didn't have any value. 2009, the whole year, from January 6th of 2009 when it started till December 6th, December or January 2010, one full year, zero value of Bitcoin. Those guys were making money by mining the Bitcoin, supporting the network, sending each other Bitcoin without any real value going around. They were still doing it, so they were able to make supporting each other. They were making the day for each other.
कहीं ना कहीं उनका भी एक विजन रहा है ये इस चीज को लेकर के कि हमारा जो भी हम लोग आईएनआर ट्रांजैक्शन भी करते हैं, तो इसमें कहीं ना कहीं गवर्नमेंट का कंट्रोल रहता है कहीं ना कहीं। लेकिन उनका विजन हमको जहां तक लगता है कि यही रहा होगा कि इसमें किसी भी गवर्नमेंट का भी कंट्रोल ना हो, आपका जो पैसा है उस पर सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपका कंट्रोल हो, और किसी का भी नहीं।
बिल्कुल सही
कहे कि
बात है।
आज जैसे अभी आपने बताया कि कई लोगों के बैंक अकाउंट फ्रोजन हो गए ट्रांजैक्शन की वजह से, तो कहीं ना कहीं गवर्नमेंट का कंट्रोल है, किसी ना किसी का तो इस एंटिटी पे कंट्रोल है जो फ्रोज, मतलब मेरा ही पैसा मुझे इस्तेमाल करने से रोका जा रहा है।
एग्जैक्टली।
तो उनका विजन यही रहा होगा।
अगर सब इक्वल होता तो मैं भी मान लेता, लेकिन इक्वल नहीं है। जो लोग पुअर है उनको वैसे बहुत ज्यादा कंट्रोल हो रहा है, जो रिच है उनको कंट्रोल ही नहीं हो रहा है। तो मतलब ये ऐसे क्यों डिस्पैरिटी हो गया? तो इंस्टेड ऑफ द डिस्पैरिटी, माइट एज वेल यूज बिटकॉइन। बिटकॉइन गिव्स इक्वल राइट्स टू एवरीबody. That's the matter who built the system. So that's what I like. Even today, the banks are very biased towards everybody. In India,
हाँ, बिल्कुल।
people are able to withdraw 85,000 crore worth of scam that they've done. ICICI and everybody together. Only ICICI CEO went to jail. बाकी जो लोगों ने स्कैम किया वो जेल में नहीं गए।
वो नहीं गए। अभी हाल फिलहाल में मैंने 3 दिन पहले न्यूज देखा कि जो लोग मतलब फिर से 50 to 70 थाउजेंड रुपीज का जो लोग लोन लिए हैं, उन पर बहुत कड़ी निगरानी रखने वाला है बैंक
हाँ, एग्जैक्टली।
या आरबीआई, जो भी है उस पर बहुत कड़ी निगरानी रखने वाला। मुझे ये नहीं समझ में आता कि जो 57,000 करोड़ का लोन लेके रखा है उस पर इतनी इतनी निगरानी क्यों नहीं हुई। जो 50,000 रुपीज का लोन लिया है, वो फार्मर है, स्टूडेंट है या किसी भी चीज के लिए लिया है, इस पर पूरी कड़ी निगरानी रखनी है इनको।
Exactly. Because they are involved in this. They take cut from that guy who's taken 55,000 crore. They take 10% cut, 20% cut. That's what I heard, that the Chidambaram is taking 25% cut out of 80,000 crore. It's like, कितना पैसा खाओगे? मतलब this is exactly what the problem is in the system. That's why cryptocurrency is there to bring some change. I'm hoping the system will continue like this, and development of the cryptocurrency also, the developers have to understand these things. जैसे आपने बोला, अगर developers के पास ऐसी brain है तो वो भी अपना क्रिप्टो का जो डेवलपमेंट करते हैं तो उसके हिसाब से ही करेंगे, कि ताकि सब कुछ यूज हो, ताकि ना सिर्फ रिच पीपल यूज हो। वैसे जो है वही, वो जो डेवलपमेंट का अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेहतर है वो है बिटकॉइन कैश डेवलपर स्टैंडर्ड। उसके वजह से मैं उसी को फॉलो करता हूँ कि उसका जो डेवलपर है वो क्लियरली अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं कि कंपनी को फ्यूचर में क्या होने वाला है, और उसके हिसाब से वो डेवलप करते हैं। So the
हमारे
Bitcoin Cash is called variable block size. What that means is, अगर आज ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट हो गया सबको बिटकॉइन के बारे में और ज्यादा ट्रांजैक्शन होने लगा, तो ब्लॉक साइज फुल होने के बजाय ब्लॉक साइज वेरी करता रहता है। मतलब ज्यादा लोग आ गए तो ज्यादा लोग को भी अकाउंट खुल सकता है। तो ये जो फ्यूचर का थॉट है, ये बिटकॉइन कैश डेवलपर्स के पास बहुत अच्छा थॉट है।
बिटकॉइन कैश और बिटकॉइन में क्या डिफरेंस होता है इसमें?
Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin exactly came from 2017 August 1st तक in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash was just one ledger. एक ही ledger में follow हो रहा था Bitcoin. Bitcoin 17 में ये हुआ कि 2016 से 17 तक 1 year में debate चल रहा था Bitcoin Cash Bitcoin developers के बीच में. Some developers were saying to restrict the block size. Some developers were saying to increase the block size. Only difference is अगर block size तुम increase करते हो तो ज़्यादा लोग transact करते हैं. Block size कम रखते हो तो कम लोग transact करते हैं. तो इनके डिबेट की वजह से डिबेट जब सॉल्व नहीं हुआ तो इसकी वजह से दो स्प्लिट हुई. दोनों जब स्प्लिट हुआ तो बिटकॉइन कैश नया कॉइन बना. अब जब नया कॉइन बना जिन लोगों के पास बिटकॉइन था सब इक्वल नंबर में बिटकॉइन कैश मिला. जैसे मेरे पास 10 बिटकॉइन था, आपके पास 2 थे, तो बिटकॉइन कैश जब स्प्लिट हुआ तो मुझे 10 और एक्स्ट्रा बिटकॉइन कैश मिला क्योंकि मेरे पास 10 बिटकॉइन था तो 10 बिटकॉइन कैश मिले. आपके पास 2 बिटकॉइन था तो 2 और बिटकॉइन कैश मिले. तो सबको एक एक्स्ट्रा कैश टोकन मिल गया. तो ये जब मिल गया तो अब 2017 अगस्त 1 के बाद से बिटकॉइन कैश का डेवलपमेंट दूसरा तरीके से हो रहा है और बिटकॉइन का डेवलपमेंट दूसरे तरीके से हो रहा है. तो उसके बाद से लेजर अपना अपना तरीके से चल रहा है. लेकिन जब हम लोग इसका बैक में देखते हैं तो बिटकॉइन कैश का भी जब हम लोग पीछे देखते हैं तो 2017 से पहले बिटकॉइन जो लेजर था वही उसी में शेयर है. वही लेजर वो बिटकॉइन कैश 2017 दूसरा तरीके से बन रहा है. और बिटकॉइन में जो जब तक 2017 से जो डेवलपमेंट हुआ वो डेवलपमेंट एक ही चेन पे हुआ तो दोनों कॉइन पे एक ही डेवलपमेंट था. 2017 के से आगे बिटकॉइन का डेवलपमेंट एक्चुअली हुआ ही नहीं. मतलब उन्होंने वो जो 1 MB ब्लॉक था वही रखा, वही कंटिन्यू करा. अब 1 MB ब्लॉक की वजह से क्या मुश्किल हुआ 2017 से तो 2018 में ये मुश्किल हुआ कि बिटकॉइन जब लोग ट्रांजैक्ट कर रहे थे तो उनके ब्लॉक साइज सिर्फ 1 MB का था. कुछ लोगों ने अप टू $1,000 भी पे किया. क्यों? क्योंकि उनका ट्रांजैक्शन हो ही नहीं रहा था. वेटिंग में चल रहा था कि 1 MB ब्लॉक है. अब सिर्फ 10 लोग बैठ करके बस में और 1000 लोग वेट कर रहे हैं तो 10 लोग करके ही जाएगा ना बस एक बार में. अगर वो 10 मिनट ले रहा है एक बार में लगाने में तो 100 टाइम्स उसको उस बस को जाना पड़ेगा ना. तो 10 मिनट जाएगा वो वेट करेगा 10 into 100 टाइम्स कितना मिनट वेट करेगा वो. तो ये हो रहा था. अगर आपको 10 मिनट जल्दी जाना है तो टिकट प्राइस आप ज़्यादा देंगे तो जल्दी जा सकते हैं. तो इसकी वजह से कुछ लोगों ने ज़्यादा पैसा देना शुरू किया. एक ट्रांजैक्शन ऑलमोस्ट $1,000 का था. $1,000 ट्रांजैक्शन फी में ले रहे थे.
ट्रांजेक्शन फी.
हाँ, जो लोग सिर्फ $1 सेंड कर रहे हैं तो वो $1 सेंड करने के लिए $1,000 क्यों पे करेंगे. वो गलत है ना. तो मतलब आपने बिटकॉइन सिर्फ रिच अमीर लोगों के लिए बना दिया. तो इसीलिए बिटकॉइन कैश क्यों क्योंकि पूरा वर्ल्ड इसके लिए यूज होना है तो इट हैज टू बी चीपर एंड इट हैज टू बी सर्टेन. व्हाट इज सर्टेन मीन? इफ आई डू द ट्रांजैक्शन, अगर मैंने अभी ट्रांजैक्शन किया तो अभी के अभी ट्रांजैक्शन खत्म होना चाहिए. अगर खत्म नहीं हुआ वेटिंग में चल रहा है तो मतलब क्या फायदा था आप लोगों को. अगर यूपीआई ट्रांजैक्शन आपने किया, ट्रैप वाले को यूपीआई नहीं मिला पैसा, वो वेट कर रहा है तो क्या फायदा हुआ उस यूपीआई का. तो इसकी वजह से तो यूपीआई इंस्टेंट कर रहा है ना ट्रांजैक्शन. तो ये जो इंस्टेंट का फीचर है वो फीचर उन्होंने हटा दिया. वो इंस्टेंट फीचर हटा के उन्होंने डाल दिया आरपीएफ. व्हाट इज आरपीएफ? इट्स कॉल्ड रिप्लेस बाय फी. मीनिंग इफ यू वांट टू डू इंस्टेंट ट्रांजैक्शन आई हैव टू पे हायर फी. So then what is the point of Bitcoin? Bitcoin should be for everybody. It's not for only a few rich people. It's not for only Americans. So exactly why we have Bitcoin Cash today and Bitcoin SIP as gold, Bitcoin Cash SIP को treasury. ये थोड़ा डिफरेंस हो गया. इससे पहले 2017 से पहले क्या सोचते थे लोग? Bitcoin is gold, Bitcoin gold, Bitcoin is still gold and also trading treasury. But then because it had both the fields, now when it is split it happened. Bitcoin has become gold, Bitcoin Cash has become treasury. So in online currency India eventually split and became treasury. So अभी जो Bitcoin Cash का transaction आप करोगे so at any time even when you send 1 crore rupees it will give you 5 paise. And when you send 5 rupees also it will give you 5 paise. So that helps because I can send 5 rupees anywhere. So 5 paise means very little to me.
हाँ, इनका ट्रांजैक्शन फी फिक्स रहता है, बहुत कम रहता है. मैंने एक दो बार ट्रांजैक्शन किया तो पता चला कि वो कितना भी आप ट्रांजैक्शन कर लो, ट्रांजैक्शन अमाउंट फिक्स अमाउंट आपको पे करना पड़ता है.
That's why the developers of Bitcoin Cash are very smarter in how they run the transaction.
ओके, लॉन्ग टर्म इतने सारे क्रिप्टो करेंसी हैं, बहुत मतलब मार्केट में बहुत सारी क्रिप्टो करेंसीज हैं। क्या लगता है आपको कि इतने सारे क्रिप्टो करेंसीज होने से बेनिफिट है या फिर लॉस है, और नई नई करेंसीज हमेशा आते जा रही हैं?
बेनिफिट और लॉस के बारे में मैं थोड़ा बताता हूँ। इसमें कोई बेनिफिट नहीं है एक्चुअली में, क्योंकि जो 99.9% क्रिप्टो करेंसीज आर देयर आउट देयर, दे वर ऑल सेंट्रलाइज्ड। मतलब किसी एक बंदे ने स्टार्ट किया है, खुद चला रहा है, ये उसने खुद
पहले
डिसाइड
से
किया
होल्ड करके रख लिया है वो।
पहले से होल्ड करके रखे। वो बिटकॉइन जैसे डिसेंट्रलाइज नहीं है। ये जब समझ जाओगे आप, तो इवेंचुअली आपको फायदा होगा कि क्रिप्टो ना उसके वजह से
हम्म।
तेजी से यूजर आए। ये सब चीजें हैं। मैं एक्चुअली अपने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से डिसेंट्रलाइज ये कहता हूँ कि वन आर द यूजर, सी वन स्मॉल लिमिटेड दैट बिकॉज दे कम दे ब्रिंग इन पीपल, वो पीपल को पहले कुछ नहीं मालूम था, फिर अभी थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग मालूम पड़ रहा है, उसकी वजह से उनको वो उस स्टेज में आ रहे हैं। लेकिन वो आने के बाद डिसेंट्रलाइज कॉइन के बाद रखने के बाद कभी वो जब जीरो हो जाता है तो वो लॉस करके नहीं दिखा सकते। तो ये जो सेंट्रलाइज कॉइन जा रहे हैं वो सब सिर्फ लोगों को लॉस करवा के दिखा रहे हैं, लेकिन वो बस एडवांटेज ये कि वो दिखा रहे हैं। जो डिसेंट्रलाइज कॉइन है, जैसे बिटकॉइन हो गया, बिटकॉइन कैश हो गया, बिटकॉइन जो डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन है उसका इतना ईजी डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन नहीं है। बिटकॉइन कैश का हाईएस्ट डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन है आज तक। उसके बाद आता है डोज, लाइट कॉइन, बिटकॉइन, इथेरियम, ये सब उसके बाद आता है। तो ये जो टोटली डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन है वो सब
इथेरियम भी है। इथेरियम भी डिसेंट्रलाइज है टोटली।
हाँ, इथेरियम भी डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन है, लेकिन उसका डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन जो था बेटर था पहले, वो बिकॉज इट वाज प्रूफ ऑफ वर्क कॉइन था पहले। अब वो जाके प्रूफ ऑफ स्टेक कॉइन बन गया। मतलब उसमें क्या है, प्रूफ ऑफ स्टेक कॉइन बन गया तो कोई माइनिंग इक्विपमेंट नहीं है इसमें। जैसे बिटकॉइन और बिटकॉइन कैश में किसी के माइनिंग इक्विपमेंट नहीं है, तो वो वो ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं कर सकता। अब इथेरियम में ऐसा हो गया कि माइनिंग को कोई कैंसिल नहीं है उसमें। उसमें सिर्फ स्टेकिंग को चांस हो गया, तो मतलब जो लोगों के पास ज़्यादा कॉइन है वो रिस्पॉन्सिबल है आप उसका ट्रांजैक्शन करने का। तो अगर वो रिच लोग सब जो ज़्यादा इथेरियम स्टोर करते हैं वो सब मिल के उन्होंने अगर प्लान
प्राइस को
किया,
कंट्रोल कर सकते हो।
हाँ, तो वो कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। तो फ्यूचर में हो सकता है कंट्रोल, तो उसकी वजह से वो डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन में थोड़ा कम होगा। प्रूफ ऑफ वर्क में मशीन काम करते हैं, और मशीन इसलिए प्रीफर्ड है क्योंकि मशीन को कौन ट्रांजैक्शन कर रहा है, वो अमीर है या गरीब है, उसके बारे में मशीन को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है।
डिफ्रेंशिएट नहीं कर पाएगा
हाँ,
इसे।
तो वो सबको ट्रांजैक्शन कंप्लीट कर पाएगा। तो ये बेनिफिट है रियल डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन का।
और ये जो एयर ड्रॉप, एयर ड्रॉप का क्या चक्कर है? ये हर
एयर
बार
ड्रॉप
लोग
का वही
देखते
है,
रहते एयर ड्रॉप
जिसने
एयर
स्टार्ट
ड्रॉप।
किया कॉइन, उसके पास बहुत सारे, वो क्योंकि उसने स्टार्ट किया तो सारे कॉइन उसी के पास है। उसने अगर कुछ किया भी नहीं तो उसका ट्रांजैक्शन भी नहीं होगा, उसका कॉइन का कोई फायदा नहीं मिलेगा। तो इसलिए वो क्या
हम्म।
करता है, शुरू में 10-20% वो जो कॉइन उसके पास लिया है उसका दस बीस
हम्म।
परसेंट एयर ड्रॉप करके फ्री में सबको बांट देता है। तो बांटने के बाद वो थोड़ा पैसे दूसरों को भी देके अपने कॉइन बढ़वाता है। तो स्टार्ट होता है 0.001 सेंट से, जैसे 10 सेंट
हम्म।
होता है, 1 सेंट, 1 सेंट। तो क्योंकि कुछ लोगों के पास उसने फ्री में लिया है, वो लोग
हम्म।
थोड़ा ट्रांजैक्शन करने लगते हैं, तो वो 1 पैसे से 2 पैसे, 2 पैसे, 3 पैसे, 5 पैसे पे रहता है। तो जैसे वो 500% इंक्रीज हो गया, तो उसके हाइट से वो कुछ और, उसका जो माइन कॉइन है वो फ्री में किसी को और को देता है और
हम्म।
मार्केटिंग करवाता है उसका। तो उसके बाद वो वैल्यू थोड़ा बढ़ता है। तो लास्ट में क्या होता है, उसने 50-60% अपना कॉइन पूरा डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करके उसका वैल्यू बढ़वाया। अब उसके पास 40% बाकी है। वो 40% एक टाइम में वो डंप करके पूरा वो इनाम में दे दिया अपना पैसा। और जब वो जिसके पास ये कॉइन्स है वो सब उसके पास कॉइन्स वो सब जीरो हो गए। ये दो
ऐसे एक
बार
बार शिबा इनू के साथ शायद हुआ था, एक शिबा इनू का तो कॉइन था।
मैंने इतना नाम नहीं सुना है। मैंने जितना नाम सुना है कि जब ये डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन के समय इतने कॉइन्स आए, लेकिन उसका नाम आज कोई भी नहीं जानता, क्योंकि वो आए ही था तो फिर खत्म हो गए। ये सब सिर्फ स्कैम करने के लिए स्टार्ट हुआ है डिसेंट्रलाइज कॉइन। इसीलिए मैं कभी इसके बारे में बात नहीं करता हूँ और ये नाम भी नहीं लेता हूँ। बिटकॉइन कैश और बिटकॉइन का ही नाम लेता हूँ, इसलिए ताकि आप ये सुनोगे तो वही दिमाग में याद होगा आपको। और वही कॉइन आखिरी फ्यूचर में होगा,
तो इसमें क्या लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट किया जा सकता है जैसे बाकी सारे इंस्ट्रूमेंट में करते हैं? हम्म। हम्म। और ये एक यूएसडीसी और यूएसडीटी ये सब क्या सेंट्रलाइज कॉइन है? हम्म। ये सब ट्रांजेक्शन के लिए ठीक है, कभी जरूरत हो पड़ा तो। आप।
Yes, I have a question. So you told about that your friends have their bank accounts blocked for transacting in P2P for huge amounts. So what's the solution for that? Yes, yes.
टैक्स कलेक्टिंग लीगल लीगल हो जाता है ये।
पर अभी तक
इलीगल है।
पर अभी तक इंडिया में बोला थोड़ी कि लीगल कर दिए हम लोग। पर फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने बोला था एक बार कि इलीगल है, फिर बाद में कुछ लीगल बोला था कुछ। फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने। पर लीगल। हाँ हाँ। पर
अगर आप टैक्स पे कर रहे हो तो इलीगल कैसे हो गया?
मैंने गलत सुन लिया होगा फिर।
एक्चुअली मुझे लगता है कि ये लैक ऑफ नॉलेज है। लोगों को ये बस लगता है कि क्रिप्टो करेंसी खरीदो और पैसे बढ़ेंगे तो ठीक है, नहीं बढ़ेंगे तो फिर वो सही नहीं है। मतलब
हाँ, वो एक्चुअल
वो
नॉलेज नहीं
एक्चुअली
है।
समझते नहीं कि ये क्या चीज है।
वो सिर्फ समझते हैं कि ये पैसा है, ये
हाँ,
चीज
बस
है।
पैसा बनाना है, पैसा बन रहा है बस।
और आप एक नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स हैं,
हम्म।
अगर क्रिप्टो होता है तो मतलब आपका आइटम और आपका जो जितना भी होता है वो सब का वैल्यू एक एक साल में डबल हो रहा है, ग्रेट, सबसे। लेकिन
हम्म।
आपके एक्चुअली पैसे डबल नहीं हो रहे, तो क्या फायदा बैंक में रख के, तो कहीं और इन्वेस्ट करेंगे ना। गोल्ड में कर सकते हैं, गोल्ड में भी एक्चुअली अच्छा खासा प्रॉफिट मिलता है। मतलब इन्फ्लेशन के हिसाब से गोल्ड भी बढ़ता है, कुछ और बढ़ता है गोल्ड के हिसाब से, स्टॉक्स में भी बढ़ते हैं, स्टॉक्स भी इन्फ्लेशन के हिसाब से बढ़ता है। लेकिन आजकल लोगों के इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है ना, इतने इतना तो वो खरीद नहीं पाते। लेकिन क्रिप्टो में इन्फ्लेशन के हिसाब से भी बढ़ता है और उसके ऊपर भी बढ़ता है। तो ये जो प्रॉफिट बेनिफिट है क्रिप्टो में, ये यूज करने के लिए एक्चुअली जैसे रतन ने बोला, नॉलेज का कमी है, नॉलेज की वजह से ये हो नहीं रहा है, कोई राइट इंफॉर्मेशन ला नहीं रहे। लेकिन आप सुनो निर्मला सीतारामन के वर्ड सुनो, तो वो एक्चुअली जब भी बोलती है कि ये बैड है, तो एक्चुअली वो हमेशा वो ये बोलती है कि ये इस तरीके से इट इज गोइंग टू स्टे एंड वी विल हैव टू यूज।
Okay.
So I think we had a great meetup. अगर आप लोगों को कुछ और पूछना है तो पूछिए, लेट मी नो और
अच्छा, मीटअप मतलब रेगुलर होते हैं, मतलब क्या टाइमिंग्स का क्या रहता है,
नहीं नहीं,
फ्रीक्वेंसी?
महीने फ्राइडे और ट्यूसडे, फ्राइडे एंड ट्यूसडे।
ओके।
मीटअप मतलब मीटअप बैंगलोर हर फ्राइडे एंड ईयर, but on meetup.com you will see that meetup is also there. In Bangalore also, if I do physical meetup in one part of Bangalore, the people cannot come from that place. Like
बहुत प्रॉब्लम है ट्रैफिक का इधर।
हाँ, लेकिन इस बार मैंने इंश्योर ने इसीलिए किया कि इंश्योर इज इंक्लूडेड फॉर एवरीबॉडी, so everybody can come. And we had a good turnout this time in meetup. I was really liking people a lot.
Yeah, I've seen the photo.
बहुत good turnout is on that.
I will join the next time.
Sure.
When it is going to happen the next time?
फोर्थ फ्राइडे में, चौथा
Fourth.
फ्राइडे
नेक्स्ट मंथ, नवंबर।
next month is November. I don't know when the fourth Friday is.
November. It's 24.
Too many distractions on your phone, no? Once you get onto your phone, it's actual work that you're trying to do is huge amount of notifications that's out there. So first Friday is the third, so the 24th is the fourth Friday, right? Right. Bangalore का meetup है on the 18th, that's third Saturday. अगर Ratan, this time if you want to come, yes, it takes place in West Bangalore.
18th November,
हाँ,
Saturday.
yeah.
Okay, I will join it.
एक निर्मला सीतारामन का बहुत अच्छा डायलॉग था यार, मैं भूल गया। when they asked about crypto, and she used Hindi word also in that. It was very funny to hear. I have that video, actually it is on my Twitter. If you ever want, you can look at it. This is the video where she was saying कि मेरा जो कोटक कोटक महिंद्रा का जो रोहित है,
Anand Mehta.
हाँ, so he was small because he was expecting her to say something different, and she said something different, and he believed it. But of course, he is short-minded, right? So he runs a business of bank. So for him, Bitcoin is a competition. So उसने तो
Competition for the all the banks.
all the banks.
It is big. I think the upcoming 10 years, cryptocurrency is going to be the biggest challenge for government as well as the banks.
Of course, like how emails is a challenge for post office, लेकिन पोस्ट ऑफिस का दुख किसी ने सुना? किसी ने नहीं सुना. क्यों सुनेगा भाई? हम लोगों को ईमेल इंस्टेंटली मैसेज भेज रहा है और ला रहा है, तो पोस्ट ऑफिस के बारे में क्यों सुनेंगे? Same thing will be for banks also. Why will I listen to banks when I can send my money instantly, globally, for free, and for instant? Instant is a very big word. When things go instant in the system, settlement is instant. Now when the system turns slow, it shuts down the thing. So yes, you have to be a bit on the ball. Can you hear us, Satvik? So no, I guess he's not interested in speaking. So maybe he's just interested in listening. So yeah, that is the point, Anand. And well, let's wind it up. Last question. We have 1 minute more. Anybody wants to jump in for a question?
It was a great discussion. There is no more question right now.
Yes, about the adoption of cryptocurrencies. The gas prices are very high for like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So
Exactly my point. इसे मैं इसी कारण से बात कर रहा था. Gas price is very high. Ethereum and Bitcoin is right. Adoption is not happening in Ethereum and Bitcoin very nicely in the bull run time. That's why we believe in
yes,
Bitcoin Cash. अभी जो Bitcoin Cash को जो latest development हो रहा है, ये इस डेवलपमेंट के बारे में उन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया. तो ये है कि बिटकॉइन में 1 MB ब्लॉक है और
uh,
इथेरियम में एक्स अमाउंट ऑफ ब्लॉक है, वो एवरी 15 सेकेंड्स चलता है, लेकिन फिर भी वो काफी नहीं है. लेकिन इथेरियम में डेवलपमेंट हो ही नहीं पा रहा है. उसका रोड ब्लॉक आ गया है गैस प्राइस कम करने की वजह के मामले में. और बिटकॉइन का रोड ब्लॉक वो ओपन नहीं कर रहे हैं उसका डेवलपमेंट. बिटकॉइन कैश में ये हो रहा है डेवलपमेंट के वेरिएबल ब्लॉक साइज इज व्हाट इज बीन प्रपोज एंड विल बी डेवलप्ड इन द फ्यूचर. मतलब अभी जो प्रपोज किया है, लोग सब सुन रहे हैं और लोग सब देख रहे हैं उसका कोड गिटहब में. और जब सब जाके सेटिस्फाई हो जाएंगे 6 महीने में, ये जो नेक्स्ट डेवलपमेंट होगा, तो उस डेट में एक ब्लॉक नंबर का सेलेक्ट होगा. वो ब्लॉक नंबर जब भी आएगा, उस ब्लॉक नंबर पे डेवलपमेंट का ये जो वेरिएबल ब्लॉक साइज है वो डेवलपमेंट होगा और वो लॉन्च किया जाएगा. उस टाइम में जब लॉन्च होगा, तो उस ब्लॉक से सारे जो उसको बिलीव करते हैं, वो अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं, वो सब वो नया नया ब्लॉक से नया डाउनलोडेड वर्जन ऑफ बिटकॉइन कैश प्रोटोकॉल रन करना शुरू करेंगे. तब ये होगा कि जैसे ही ईज ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शंस होगा, तो ब्लॉक अपने आप बढ़ेगा. जैसे ट्रांजैक्शंस के नंबर्स बढ़ेंगे, ब्लॉक भी बढ़ेगा उस टाइम. और उसकी वजह से ये होगा कि कोई भी एक्स्ट्रा गैस फी देने की जरूरत नहीं होगा. जैसे वो ब्लॉक फीस अभी जो 5 पैसे के आसपास है, वैसे ही फी होगा और ज्यादा ट्रांजैक्शंस ऑटोमेटिकली फिट हो जाएगा ब्लॉक साइज में. ये जो डेवलपमेंट है, ये लेटेस्ट डेवलपमेंट है, ये बहुत अच्छा डेवलपमेंट है मेरे हिसाब से. क्योंकि बाकी जो डेवलपमेंट्स हुए हैं ब्लॉकचेन, बिटकॉइन कैश ब्लॉकचेन के, वो सब प्रॉफिटेबल और बेनिफिशियल ब्लॉकचेन डेवलपमेंट है. एक जो बहुत अच्छा डेवलपमेंट हुआ था वो है उसका नाम था डिंग डी से कुछ था यार. उसका बेनिफिट ये था कि अगर आप सडनली बिटकॉइन इंक्रीज करते हैं बिटकॉइन कैश माइनिंग को, क्योंकि माइनिंग जैसे ही इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, तो ऑटोमेटिकली बहुत जल्दी ब्लॉक्स चर्न आउट हो जाएंगे. तो उसकी वजह से ये वेरिएबल एक और आया था कि वो क्या करता है कि जैसे माइनिंग इक्विपमेंट ज्यादा हो जाता है बिटकॉइन कैश के ऊपर, तो वो विद इन वन ब्लॉक में एडजस्ट हो जाता है. तो ये जो एडजस्टेबल ब्लॉक साइज आ रहा है, उसके पहले ये जो एडजस्टेबल ये था जो डेवलपमेंट था, वो बहुत चल रहा है. तो उसकी वजह से ये भी अच्छा चलेगा और इवेंचुअली इन फ्यूचर बहुत ज़्यादा लोग करना उसमें काम ईजी हो जाएगा. लेकिन ये सब डेवलप करना इथेरियम और बिटकॉइन में नहीं है, क्योंकि वो इथेरियम में तो होता ही नहीं है, क्योंकि उसका रोड ब्लॉक आ गया है. और बिटकॉइन में ये प्रॉब्लम हुई कि उनका माइनर्स पूरा और वो उनका डेवलपर्स पूरा कंट्रोल्ड है फेडरल रिजर्व के न्यूयॉर्क से. तो वो लोगों के बेनिफिट के लिए डेवलपमेंट नहीं है. ओनली बिटकॉइन कैश डेवलपमेंट कैन एक्चुअली वर्क. एनीवेज, Okay, thank you very much, guys. And we had a interesting session here. I'd like to post this video on the YouTube. You can check it out if you want to see the whole session. If you want to see
Okay.
Okay.
the best session we have done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.